Hello guys, and happy 2022. I thought we could do my first chit chat of the year, and my topic for today is literally getting going for 2022, and by that I mean I'm going to tell you what my plans are. I call them my words, my focus for the year ahead. Don't have to do them for New Year's. They're kind of like resolutions. I think you can start them at any time, but you know, sometimes a nice little point to have to say this is the starting point is a new year. New year, new me? No, it's the same me. But similar to last year, I have put some not things in place. I have set myself up to hopefully have a more successful and productive year, personally, business, family, and all that kind of thing. So I'm going to go through those with you today. But to start the year, look, I'm not going to hide it. It's not been the start for a lot of people, but I do want to know, how was your Christmas? How was your New Year's? We had actually probably one of the busiest Christmases ever. We don't usually travel. We go to one family member's house. They usually put on a barbecue. The kids have a swim, but this year was a bit different. So we went down to my parents for New Year's Eve and had family down there. Sorry, I've been outside doing some washing and now I just had my hair up in a, what do you call it? Let's just run with that for now. New Year's Day, we went for a swim with family, and then Boxing Day we went out west because we have some family that own property a few hours drive west of Brisbane, and they've had a bit of a rough year, so we spent Boxing Day with them, which was absolutely lovely. And then we kind of had a quiet few days, and then we hosted a New Year's Eve party at our house. Very kid friendly. I had a great time. It was very relaxing. We had friends over, had a few drinks, had a massive barbecue, and my kids, who usually go to bed at 6:37 every night, and if they don't, they are emotionally tired and a bit of a basket case to deal with, were absolute angels. They just played and played and played, and no one really had any meltdowns. Even the other kids, they just played and they had a great time. So we actually welcomed in the new year on a bit of a relaxing high, if you could say. And in saying that, you guys would be aware by now, and if not, I'll quickly fill you in. Our plans to renovate and move kind of took a turn, I want to say around mid-December. We sat down and we were just working out like dates and schedules and costings, and a bit of reality check hit, and we were just like, why are we renting and paying for a mortgage and renovating for almost 2.5 months, maybe a bit longer? It just seemed like a lot of money spent renting when we didn't really need to. So I spoke to our builder, and the builder's like, yes, you can move in now, that's fine, we can work around it. It'll be an absolute schmozzle for probably the first couple of months until like framework's up downstairs and we can close in. And I was just like, you know what, let's just make it happen. I think I just want to make it happen from a savings money point of view, and we're in, I can oversee the work taking place much more closely. So if there's things that actually don't work and I want to change last minute, I can be there as it's done. The kids have got, little man starts prep this year, so he's out 5 days a week, and little one's supposed to be hanging out with me for 3 days solo a week. So I can, I say it now, I can easily work around that. So that's how we welcomed in the new year. I know it's been quite busy for some people in regards to the industries they are working in, with the ever-increasing numbers of the C word. I won't say it because I know YouTube can get a bit funny and block things, and I'm not going to talk like politics and all that sort of thing. All I'm going to say is I made a decision probably around mid-December that I'm actually going to be a bit selfish to myself. I'm going to turn off the news. I don't want to hear the figures and the numbers and the cases, because it was just getting quite sad and depressing, making me anxious, and a lot of fear started coming back in. And I just thought, this is out of my control. If things happen and I don't like it, it is still out of my control. And to be honest, at the moment, I don't think I have much of a say in things. So I just decided to turn the TV off. I have not seen the news or updates personally for about 2, maybe 3 weeks. My husband gives me updates every now and then, and sometimes girlfriends will have conversations and I'll be like, oh wow, I didn't know that. I've just tried really hard to focus on things that are in my control. And if you watched my Friday's grocery haul video, you would have seen that the grocery haul I had was missing a bucket load of stuff. Some of it due to the C word and just the domino effect it has brought, but I haven't let that get to me. I am just getting on with everything I can do in my control to stay fit, healthy, and live a life and not be kept away from fear like a lot of us have the past 2 years. That's all I'm going to say on that topic there. It has worked absolute wonders for me. Every now and then I hear the updates and yeah, maybe I get a bit of a, oh my goodness, wow. But then I quickly detach my brain from it and I get on with my daily tasks, and I try and do everything I can so my kids aren't getting sucked into the words around what's happening at the moment. And it sounds terrible, but just living life. And I know there's a lot of bad that's happening out there around it, but I just don't want it to consume me now going into the 3rd year. I know pandemics can go for years and that kind of thing. I just don't want to be consumed in it. They say knowledge is power. I've done reading, I've researched, I've asked questions to certain professionals. I've done everything I can so I'm comfortable with how we are approaching things, and we'll just go from there. So that's my update there. I would love to know how your New Year's was, what you got up to, and how you're starting 2022. If you are anxious or you are struggling, that is totally fine. I do think if you're at the point where you are still struggling, as we enter into literally the 3rd year of this, it may be worth reaching out to someone. I know a lot of businesses have EAPs, which are employee assistance programs, and they do help with, well, most of them I'm aware of do help with employees and direct family members of employees, and they're a free counselling service they give. If not, you do have the Lifeline, to give Lifeline a call, because I do know some people are really struggling, not just from what is happening, but from a financial point of view, business uncertainty, and it can be a very conflicting time mentally for a lot of people. So I will put that out there, but I'm going to do a complete flip of topic change now, not because I don't care about the previous topic I was talking about, but I'm here to talk about 2022 and what I am focusing on and what I'm doing and what I'm bringing to this channel for you. So let me grab my phone, because literally mid-December, when I was sitting down deciding I needed to make some changes, and some of those changes were around routine, which I'm going to share with you. Some of them were around just how I've treated the past 2 years, and for me it's been a bit of a roller coaster. It has been, we moved house. I was very anxious about moving houses for a number of reasons. I have never, this sounds really rude and probably a bit snobby, I have never loved this house. This house has never felt like home. We had never planned to be here longer than 6 months, believe it or not, and our plans had been paused for 2 years. Over 2 years, our plans have been on sort of like a slow-mo, and I was just sitting down going, I need to get myself some motivation. I don't want to have another year of listening to things that are out of my control. So I had put some words in place. I done it last year and I really liked it. So one of my words last year was energy. I just wanted to feel good energy, have energy, and that wasn't around I'm going to go for 30 walks every week. It was more around, I'm feeling sluggish, I probably need to go for a walk to get some energy. Maybe if I stretch out my body, it'll help me with some energy. Do I need a coffee to give me energy to get some editing done so I can get a video out to you guys? Hence, I ended up doing 3 videos a week last year, which I really enjoyed. So my words relate not to, I'm going to work out 5 times a week. I'm going to take the dog for a morning walk. Mine are a bit more broader, and I just keep asking myself back on those questions. So coming back to that particular word, sorry, I should say. So my first word that I chose after me sitting down or sitting in bed till about 2 a.m. one morning, because I just couldn't fall asleep. I just had like fidgety legs, things are going through my head. So I've got 3 words for the year. My first one is priority. And it's something I just want to ask myself before I do something or think something. Is it a priority? Is getting my family home up and running so we are comfortable and safe a priority? Absolutely. Is listening to news updates on what's happening around the world really a priority? For me, it's not. It's making sure my son has a good settle into prep for his first year of schooling. Out of my control whether there are school lockdowns, schooling from home, classes changing due to staff not being available, out of my control, but my priority around that topic is to make sure he has a great experience and wants to continue to go to school. So making sure he's got a filling lunch every day, that if we are from home or things change, I communicate with him really clearly. We talk about things in a way that he understands. I've got good structure in his day, so it is consistent for him because he loves consistency. So a question, a word that I'm going to bring up constantly is priority. Is it a priority? Is it a priority? Is it a priority to go for a walk? For me, absolutely, it's going to be priority some days just to stop and go for a walk. Is my YouTube channel a priority? I made it a massive priority last year. I think around February, March, I was just like, let's just put out more. I want to put more into the content, more into time around it and that kind of thing. And it really worked in my favor. I enjoyed it more. I've got a lot more followers. And by followers, I mean the community, because although technically you follow me, this is a community. It's not a cult. I don't love the word followers, but technically you have to subscribe and follow me. I wish social media could come up with better wording like friends or networking or something like that there. Anyway, so priority. I'm going to constantly ask myself priority. Is it a priority to sit down and watch a Netflix TV show today? Maybe it is because I need to rest. Maybe it's not because I need to film a video. So priority is one of my big words for 2022. The other one, which kind of makes more sense in regards to what is happening this year for us, is organization. So I want to welcome our house with a lot more organization. I used to be really good at it in our previous home, but when we moved here, I was like, I don't want to buy anything for this house because it was waste money, because I know for a fact this is not our long-term home. So when it comes to organizing things, I want my son to be organized for school. I want to be organized to make sure that we are having lunches organized for the week for him, so I'm not up till 10 o'clock every night baking stuff and getting his lunchbox packed. I want to make sure that when I'm organizing the house, I am making it a priority to get the right things and not just buy something on a whim because it kind of looks good in the store. I want to organize in a way where it takes away the stress and reduces cost, because I've done it in a smart way. So I've got so many ideas in regards to organization, but I haven't actually I've put pen to paper. I haven't put credit card to counter in regards to what I want to do. But when I move in, I'm going to give you another look around of the house, and then I'm going to show you the ideas I've got, and I think we might do it together, a lot of organizing. And I'm not talking Instagram, Pinterest, it looks great for a photo. I'm talking like practical. I have sat down for quite a while now and I realized that I need certain things in the house to function really well. We're pretty good at organizing things here. I've always been a bit of an organizer. Everything in this house has a home. So when we tidy up, the kids know everything has a home, but I want to be a bit more strategic about it in regards to, I'm looking at doing a stationery station, like a section where it's got iPads to plug in, paper, pens, printer, documents that we need, all that kind of stuff. Then I'm gonna have in another section of the house, which I've kind of finalized, it just has to sort of like go into that spot there. It'll make sense in literally a couple of weeks. A arts and craft section. So little Miss will be home with me throughout the week for 3 days. And she's probably going to get quite bored because she's never not had her brother with her. They even go to the same kindy daycare. So she's going to be probably going through a bit of a change herself for the first probably month or two while she learns to have some individual playtime, because her brother will be at school every day, or potentially homeschooling, who knows. We'll just work with that when it comes around. So I want to be really organized with things, and some of the words that I was coming up with around organize is to reduce my costs, because it's so easy to see something on social media and think that looks great, I'll go buy it, and you try and implement it, but it doesn't really work with your family or your setup or what you actually needed it for. So when we move in, I have got a tiny cupboard that's actually going to be like my pantry, and I want to be really smart about the containers I purchase to fit it to function for our family. If phase one of our renovations don't allow for our kitchen to be relocated, I want to do stuff in that kitchen that makes it really functional for our family. Not just, well, everyone's buying glass containers with bamboo lids, I'll buy glass containers with bamboo lids and we'll just sit them there so they kind of look good but they're not practical. So I have been looking at Big W, Kmart, Target, IKEA. I went to Freedom. I'm doing a lot of looking around to try and get a really good idea on what I want to do in the house, and not just organization for the house, although that's a big part of this year for us because the renovations are probably going to take about 6 months. We've just about started, so I've got the plans, everything approved. Gardening in regards to massive trees come out not next week, the week after, so it's going to happen pretty soon. It's going to go really quick, some of them, and then some sections will go quite slow in regards to the stairs. There's actually quite specific stairs that I want to get done in the house, which means some of the material may be delayed. I've got second-hand things I want to upcycle before I put them into the house. But organization for my son, my kids in general, and my husband. I want my son to be organized and have a really good structure and routine for schooling. Consistency, I've read, is great for little ones when they're first starting. He only ever went to kindy or daycare 1 or 2 days a week. He's never gone more. So 5 days I know personally is going to be a lot for him. So I want to make sure that I am organized. Uniforms, bag have a home. He has a lunchbox. He's got consistency, and his food is organized every day for him, that he's got tasks to do. So he is organized for his days and evenings, and then we have the weekends free. So organized is probably a big word, probably more in relation to the housework that I'm going to be doing, but a lot of it comes back to the family stuff as well. Next one is time. After the past 6 months, and I hate saying it because we keep saying, oh, the past 6 months, the past 2 years, and that's why the time one came up for me. I want to just have better time. Am I wasting time sitting down watching the news? Have I been wise with my time today? So I've made some changes which I will share in a video to make my days more productive. But I started this a few weeks ago, and my husband only noticed like the other night when he came to bed early, because I tend to go to bed a bit earlier than he does. He's like, oh, I sent you a link to something. I said, okay, I'll read it in the morning. He's like, oh, have a look. I said, no, I don't touch my phone after 8:30 now. So 8:30, I try and go upstairs by 8:30, have a shower, into bed, and I read a chapter of a book, which I'm almost finished, which I really enjoyed, and I wish I had read it sooner because I've had that book for over a year. And I was explaining to him that I am not touching my phone. I go upstairs at 8:30, I have my shower, the phone goes on to charge, and that is it. Unless someone calls or a message comes through, if the message is just like a comment from a group thing, I don't touch until the morning. If I wake up at 5 a.m, if I wake up at 6:30 a.m, I can grab my phone then, that is fine. But in the evenings, I'm trying really hard to wind down from technology. I'm having much better sleeps from it, and I think I'm doing better with my time. Sitting there and just scrolling through social media doesn't give me anything. I'm not getting knowledge from anything. I'm reading articles that, to be honest, are probably a load of crap half the time. So, and I love reading autobiographies, biographies, non-fictional books. So I'm actually getting a lot of good knowledge and information from doing reading at night time. Time, have I got time better spent getting off my phone and playing with my kids? Is my time better spent going for a walk than just sitting on the couch doing nothing? Is my time better spent reorganizing and going to the shops and buying endless things, or laying out in the park and getting some sun on my legs? So I think time is probably just one of those things in the back of my mind, one of those words, just thinking, is my time being well spent? Is that the best of my time? Can I do better with my time? So my words are kind of question behind it. Is that a priority? Am I prioritizing that? What is more important and a priority to me? Organization is just, I think, a stock standard given. Given we moved into this house from our previous house, and I haven't bought anything to fit this house, and I didn't want to, but when we move, I want to be very strategic about how I organize the next house. And then time, in the back of my mind, I'm constantly thinking time. Am I using my time wisely? Is that a good time? Could I be putting my time onto other things? And constantly not questioning myself. I don't mean questioning myself, just questioning how I'm approaching things. Maybe what I'm trying to say. I was going to sit down and do this video, and I find it really awkward just to like sit and talk to you guys, because I feel like I am talking to myself, but I feel like I'm talking to myself. Whereas if I do my chit chat videos and you guys really like them, which is really good, I'm folding, washing at the same time. It's all folded, I can put it away. There's a cyclone coming outside, so I've got washing sitting up here that is still drying, and I've been productive. So very efficient time management right there, which I'm happy with. I'm gonna make myself a cup of coffee. I'm gonna get this washing put away. I've actually got some more people coming around today, hopefully to collect some large pieces of items I've been selling on Marketplace. I have had a really great run with Marketplace, and I was thinking of maybe sharing a video in regards to how I buy things, the wording I kind of use when I make an offer on something, and when I sell items, how I get them sold quite quickly. So if you're interested in that, because I've sold a lot of stuff so quick, and I have purchased some absolute bargains. I have also missed out on a lot of things. There's one thing in particular I really, really regret, and I don't think I'll ever forgive myself for it. It was, I found a gorgeous, I want to get a huge old school looking oven, electric oven, and there's what brand, sorry, my camera just died. It's a brand called Falcon, and it is really, really expensive, like $25,000 expensive for an oven for me, and that's just crazy. I found one on Marketplace. The lady had never used it. She had 4 ovens in her kitchen, and this one had just been sitting in the kitchen looking pretty for the past 5 years, I think. And it had gold hardware on it, which is really hard to get because Smeg, I don't know if they do the gold hardware, like the gold knobs, gold hardware, and the black frame I wanted. And then there was another brand, Belling, they don't do the gold knobs, and she was selling it for $5,000, and I was kind of like randomly messaging her, and she's like, yes, come have a look. And then I kind of just ignored it. I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna, nah. And then it sold, and then I sat there thinking, damn, I was a fool. I really wish I had gotten that. Why I'm telling this story, I don't know. I'm gonna put my washing away, make a coffee, and I think it is time. I priority to have some me time and sit down and relax and probably watch an episode of, or I've been watching The Handmaid's Tale. I'm almost at the end of the last season that's on Netflix, or Stan. I'm on the last season, so I think I'm on season 3. They've done season 4 and they've done season 5, so I think they're coming. Oh my goodness, it is a messy, deep, confusing, addictive show. My time has not been spent very wisely binge watching that, I can say, but I need something else I can watch. I love a good show. So just to give you an idea, I love The Handmaid's Tale. I have loved Ginny and Georgia. We binge watched Shameless. We're watching Bump at the moment. I watched Nurse Jackie. Husband and I loved Nurse Jackie, but I just need a good show that I can just sort of, while I'm doing washing or cooking or having some me time, I can put on and watch. For me, stopping is how I relax, and putting the TV on kind of helps me stop. So if you have a good TV show, we've got Netflix, Stan, I want to say Prime, or is it Amazon or something? I don't know. But if you've got a good TV show, let me know. Because right now I'm going to sit down, have my coffee once the clothes and that are put away, and watch, I think, the last episode of season 3 on Handmaid's Tale. I hope you've had a really good start to 2022, and if not, that's okay. You can turn it into a good year. Just got to get in the right headspace and put certain things in place to remove certain things, and we can try and make the most of the year ahead. It is a late afternoon here, pouring with rain. A cyclone's due in the next day or 2, I think. So I might make a warm dinner for the kids and I and hubby tonight, and we'll just enjoy whatever comes over the next few days. I hope you're well, and we will talk soon. Bye.